welcome to Maths Live. Sorry for the late start. It took quite a little bit of time to write it out, and I'm going to move you a little bit this way. Here's your challenge to start. Dev thinks of a whole number. He multiplies it by 4, then rounds his answer to 10. The result is 50. Now, rather than it being one singular number, there is a couple of numbers, 2, 3, maybe numbers that Dev could be thinking of. What could they be? Have a go at that. Okay, let's have a look at the shout out. I'm going to move this a little bit more this way. So we have got Ava. Hi Ava. Hi Lachlan. Welcome. We've got Jay in Ireland. Hi Jay. Brilliant. We've got Laurie, age 8. Hi Laurie. We've got Alandra and Indigo. Welcome back. Hi. Hi Olivia. Welcome. Let's have a look. Oh, Lachlan's got an answer. Anyone else got an answer? Hi Robbie. Hello. Amelia in Bedfordshire. Hello Amelia. Hi Ollie. Oh, thank you for asking. Okay Ollie, I am okay, thank you. Hi Leo in Northampton. Welcome. Hi Alicia. Yeah, sorry I wasn't here last week, but I'm back. Well, I wasn't here, there's only one day I wasn't here for, so that's okay. But I'm back and raring to go for this week. So, let's have a look. Dev thinks, now it's a bit of a strange though on this one, because you probably spotted that it's a working backwards problem. But there is an extra element in it that we're going to be working on this week. So, he's thinking of a number. A whole number. And so we don't know what he's thinking of. And it tells us he multiplies it by 4 and then rounds his answer to 10. So he's got an answer, and it's when it's rounded to 10, it equals 50. Now, what could his numbers be? So first of all, what I would start with is thinking which numbers round to 50. And I know this is strange that we're doing something at the start of the lesson which is about rounding to 10, but I thought it was a really good brainstorming way of introducing it. So the numbers which round to 50 are 51, 52, 53 and 54. But is that it? Are those the only numbers that round to 50? No, you have to go back. You've also got the ones in the 40s that round up. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and of course you've got 50 in itself. So we've got our numbers that are rounded to 10. Here they all are. So this is the possibility at the moment which one they could be. So he's multiplied by 4, then he rounds his answer to 10, and the answer is 50. But these are not our answers, because we want to know which ones what number multiplies by 4 to make these answers. So you're actually thinking about which of these numbers is in the 4 times table. So 10 fours are 40, that's not there. 11 fours are 44. 12 fours are 48. Okay. Now, 48, what's after 48? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. Okay. So those are the 2 possible numbers. So what part times table is that? So you've got 48, so that is what times part of the times table? How many 4s are in 48? Can you say it out loud? 12. And then you've got 13, 14, 15, 16. Is it? No. 13. Okay, so we test it. So 12 times 4 is 48. Is 48 rounded to the nearest 10, 50? Yes, it is. Now, why have I put 13 there and not counted up to 16? Because we're still in the 4 times table. Okay, I can't jump up to 16 because that'll go too far. So 13 times by 4 52. Is 52 rounded to the nearest 10, 50? Yes, it is. Hard question, that. But it's good to get your brains warmed up. Okay. Right. Hope you all have a nice weekend. And today, we're starting our rounding and estimating topic. And you might have, if you've been doing Maths Live before, you're thinking, oh, I've done rounding before. Yeah, we've done rounding, I think, at least once in Maths Live, maybe more. But we haven't done any estimating, so definitely Thursdays and Fridays lessons worth tuning into, because you might think, oh, estimating's like rounding. It is, but it isn't. So that'll be a good one to look at. But today we're rounding to 10. And we've just seen there how to round to 50, so which might give us a little bit of a hint. So let's start with 2-digit numbers. 47. You might be given the number 47 and asked to round it to the nearest 10. Now, rounding means giving an, I say estimate. It's, say for example, let me think. You've got, so there's 47 oranges, but if you've got groups of 47, like there's 47 in that box, 47 in that box, 47 in that box, 47 in that box, you're like, whoa, 47 and 47 and 47 and 47. I can't do 47 times 4 in my head. Round it. If you round it to the nearest 10, which is 50, and I'll explain why in a minute, it's easier going 50, 50, 50, 100, 150, 200. That's much quicker of doing 4 lots of 50 than 4 lots of 47. But why is 50 my answer? Because I'm in the 40s here. So how come when I'm rounding it, I've gone up into the 50s? This is why. 47. Can you see we've got 4 tens and 7 units. So if we place the number 47 on a number line, okay, so here's 40, here's 50, here's 45, so midway in between. 47 would be approximately here. So if you look at which 10 it's nearer to, is it nearer to the 10 that it's currently in, which is the 40s, or is it nearer to the next 10 up? It's nearer to 50, okay? So we round 47 up to 50. And there's a rule. There is a rule to help you. Rather than drawing number lines each time, here is the rule. For whatever number you're rounding to, we're going to be doing to the nearest 100 tomorrow, we're going to be doing the nearest 1,000 on Wednesday. Whatever the number ends in, if it ends in a 1 or a 4, you stick or you round down. I say stick because sometimes if you say round down, you're accidentally going down to the 10 below the one you're in, or the 100 below the one you're in. So I say stick to the one you're in. You'll see what I mean in a minute. If it's 5 to 9, you go up to the nearest 10. So if I give you an example, say if I say 83, and we're doing it to the nearest 10, 83 is closer to 80 than it is to the next 10 up, which is 90. If I did 80 and 90, there's 85. So 83 is about here. So it's nearer to 80, and that's the tens that it is currently in. You've got 8 tens and 3 ones, so you should stick to the tens that you're in. I think sometimes if you say round down, you accidentally go to 70, and that's way, way out. So 83 to the nearest 10 is 80. Can you see it ends in a 3? So because it's between 1 and 4, you stay in the one you're in. Okay. So I give you 2 more examples. If we say, I don't know, 93 and 15, because it ends in the 3, we're currently in the 90s. So, 90s, 10s, we're currently in the 90s, that's the 10s we're currently in. And the 3, we're nearer to 90 than we are to the next 10 up. So to the nearest 10, it's 90. Now 15 is currently in the tens, okay? And it's got a 5 next to it. So when we round it to the nearest 10, because it ends in a 5, we round up to 20. But I know a lot of you say, like, why do you round up? Why do you round up? Because 15 is halfway between 10 and 20. Okay? So why do you round, why can't you just, why is it one particular? Why do you round up or why do you round down? You have to do one. You can't just consistently stay in the middle. You can't say, oh, we'll round up and round down unless it's 15 or it's 5 and we'll stick in the middle. It's just round up. And to be honest, I should find out this answer, but what my logic is that, for example, if it's 15.1, it's then just gone past and you have to round up. So I take it as the middle is then going forward. So if it ends at a 5, you still have to round it up, even though I know it looks like it's in the middle. Round up. So I'm going to give you 3 questions, and I'd like you to tell me what these numbers are to the nearest 10. Okay, no, I'll change that. What are they to the nearest 10? Who can tell me the quickest? Off you go. Ooh, got some people quick already. 5 to 9, climb the vine. 0 to 4, sit on the floor. That's so good. 5 to 9, climb the vine. 0 to 4, sit on the floor. I like that. Brilliant. I bet there's loads of right. Well done. Yeah, people are explaining like they know the 1 to 4 round down. Fantastic. Brilliant. Super. Well done, everybody, joining in. Hi, Sarah from London. Hi. Hi, Elsa. Hello. Brilliant. So, here's our 10s and our 1s. So, 84. We're currently in the 80s. So we're thinking, are we in the 80s? Are we sticking in the 80s or are we going to the 90s? 4 means we need to round down or stick. So we're in 80. Next one, 79. We're currently in the 70s, but do we need to go up to the 80s? Well, 9 tells us to round up. So that is, the answer to that one is also 80. Don't freak out, by the way, if you're like, well, is that right that both answers are the same? As long as you follow the rules, then that's fine. 56. We're currently in the 50s. Does the 6 mean we round up, round down? We round up. 60. Because 6 tells us to go up. Well done. Right, time to step it up a little bit. Because you might be asked to round to 10, but the number itself might not have 2 digits. So you could be asked to round this number to the nearest 10. This is what you do. Focus on your 10s and your 1s. Almost pretend the hundreds are not there. Don't forget about them, just pretend for now, okay? The hundreds aren't there. 39, right. What is 39 to the nearest 10? 40. But like I say, don't forget about your 100, okay? So it's good because otherwise, sometimes if you have the whole number there, you can get a bit flustered, okay? So if you focus on the 10s, because that's what we're rounding to, do 39. Your answer can't be 40, okay? If you have 239 coconuts and your boss asks you to round them up and you say 40, they'll be like, well, where's the other hundreds that we had? Okay, I don't know why you're selling coconuts, just thought about it off the top of my head. Okay, here's another one. So you could be asked for 2,491, and you need to round that to the nearest 10. Don't panic, because we're only rounding to the nearest 10. There's our 10 and our 1s. Let's forget about the other 2 digits. 91. What's 91 to the nearest 10? 90. Right, I've done that bit. There we go. But there is one to be careful of. There is one to be careful of. Because you could be asked what 498 to the nearest 10 is. Okay, so you cover it up. 98. 98 to the nearest 10. Well, if you think about 90, and then the next 10 up is 100. And 98's there. So 98 is closer to 100. So you actually have to go into the next 100. So you actually now need to barge into the hundreds column. Okay, so 98 becomes 100. So you've got to add 100 to 400. So 498 to the nearest 100 is 500. So it doesn't always stay the same. Okay, your turn. This time I'm going to give you 3 numbers, and I'd like you to round it to the nearest 10, but they're going to be more than 2 digits. So, and can you round these to the nearest 10 for me? Gosh, some of you are quick. I'm grabbing the phone, I've already got wow, there's like 20 of you that already put the first answer. Amazing. Lachlan says 1 to 4 stay in the door, 5 or more go next door. Love it. Brilliant. So, I think we're all okay. So for the first one, we focus on the 10s and the 1s. It's 49. So 49 to the nearest 10 is 50. Okay, we don't need to change the 100. So 450. Well done if you got 450. The next one, round to the nearest 10. The 10s are in the 70s, 71. 71 to the nearest 10 is 70. Don't forget to put your hundreds back on there. We don't need to change that. For the last one, here's your 10s and your 1s. We're in the 80s, it's 83. So 83 to the nearest 10 is 80. And you've got your 2,400 before that. Okay, so just remember, your answer should always have a multiple of 10 in it. It should always end in a 0. If it ever doesn't end in a 0 and you've rounded it, be careful. Right. Time for our 3 challenge questions, I think. If you're not sure what I mean by the 3 challenge questions, they are posted on my page at 10 o'clock every morning before the lesson. You can do them at 10 o'clock, you can do them at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. You can even do them now if you haven't already had a go. If you've done them, check your answer. So question 1 was this. The number 32 you were given. And you were given a number line like this. 30 and 40. And you were pointed out that the number 32 is there. So what would you round it to? What would you round 32 to? And we're still on the nearest 10. The whole lesson today is doing the nearest 10. I asked you what 48 to the nearest 10 was. And I asked you what 361 to the nearest 10 was. So have a go at those. Oh, Barney has learnt this from you for the first time. Yay! Go, Barney. Like, I know there's a range of people from different year groups. A lot of you, this will be revision for. Some of you learning it for the first time. Brilliant. And what else will be helping Barney is you lot saying your rhymes that you've learnt at school. So Barney might pick one of those and might say, oh, I'll use that. Okay. So in the first one, we're told the number's 32 and we were given a little number line, and the dots, we had 30 and 40, and we were told that if you put 32 on the number line, it would be approximately there. So what number, rounded to the nearest 10, is 32? It's 30. You can see visually that it's closer to 30 than it is to 40. 48 to the nearest 10. It's currently in the 40s, but 8 means round up. So it's 50. And then for the last one, 361. So let's cover up the 3. It's in the 60s at the moment, and it's a 1, so that means we need to stick. So, but don't forget the 3. So it's 360. Okay, right. 3 more questions. It's going to be a short lesson, this one, because it's the introduction lesson. And then tomorrow what I'll do is we're rounding to the nearest 100, but there'll be questions where I say, right, here's a number, round it to 10 and to 100. Here's another question, round it to 100. Here's another question, round to 10 and 100. You've got to be a little bit more on your toes, like, right, round to 10, you do this. Right, but round it to 100, you do this. So the lessons get I'll be throwing more and more challenges at you as the week goes on. So here are your final questions. A, B, C. Okay, still rounding to the nearest 10. Off you go. I bet some of you have nearly finished and I've not even gone over to my phone to have a look. Brilliant. Yeah. Careful. Remember, you need to write the whole number in your answer. Don't just do the 10. So it's 833, but what is that whole number to the nearest 10? Not just the 10 on its own. I hope that makes sense. Okay, good. So a lot of you are now correcting yourselves. Brilliant. Good. I think you probably know what you meant, but I want you to be as clear as you can. Okay, well done. So people got all 3 answers. Good. Okay. So yeah, for the first one, I saw a few of you right. So you correctly, very, very correctly. Pen lid's gone. It's always something that happens during maths live lesson. Right, so you correctly did this. You thought, right, 33 to the nearest 10 is 30. But don't leave that as your answer. Don't forget to put your hundreds back, because 30 is a long, 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 long way from 833, so don't forget that. Okay, next one, 92. 92 to the nearest 10 is 90, and then you've got your rest of your number there. Don't need to change the rest of it. And the last one, whoa, 5-digit number, okay, just the same. Here's your tens. Okay, ignore the rest of it. 87 to the nearest 10. 87 is in the 80s, but it ends in a 7, so we need to go up to the next 10. And the next 10 after 80 is 90. So that's now become 90, and we've got in front of it. And it should always end in a 0. Right, well done today. I'm now going to go and find my pen lid wherever it's gone. I hope it was okay. You've got a challenge question to have a go at. I'll post it as soon as this lesson has finished on my page. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for rounding to 100. And I just want to say it is Children's Mental Health Week this week. So if you need to, talk to someone, okay? It is incredibly hard, this pandemic, on everybody, but I'd say most of all children, because I know you're missing out on school and you're missing out on friends and you're missing out on so much experiencing things. So just take the time to speak to someone if you feel like you need to, and take care to think about other people as well. Okay, so I just wanted to put that message out here on the first day of Children's Mental Health Week. I'll see you tomorrow, everyone. Bye bye.